I always ask God, but He give me always more than what I ask. Alhamdulillah. And Abu Dhabi, thank you. I training so hard for this moment. All my life, when I was kids, I preparing for that moment. And I want to say thank you.
Life doesn't get easier. Life doesn't get softer. Life doesn't stop hitting you just because you're tired. If anything, the moment you start breaking is the exact moment life decides to push harder. That's why watching Islam stand there, bruised, exhausted, breathing fire, means more than just an interview. It's a man who understands a truth most people run from. Life rewards the ones who show up when they're hurting, not the ones who wait to feel ready. People like to pretend they're strong. They like to talk about their dreams. They like to act like they're destined for greatness. But when life smacks them in the mouth, when everything collapses at once, when the pressure becomes unbearable, most people fold, not because life is unfair, but because they were never willing to pay the price. They wanted the victory without the violence required to earn it. Life is hard, brutally hard, and if you don't accept that, life will break you. Not because it hates you, but because hardness is built through impact, not comfort. Life doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't pause for your fears, doesn't slow down for your anxiety. Life doesn't give a damn about how overwhelmed you are. Life moves on, and if you don't move with it, you get left behind. That's the part people don't want to hear. They want to be saved, not strengthened. They want shortcuts, not sacrifice. They want miracles, not discipline. They want success, but refuse to suffer for it. But life doesn't negotiate. It demands pain. It demands pressure. It demands that you show up even when you feel like breaking. Do you think champions feel unstoppable every day? Do you think warriors wake up excited to suffer? Do you think fighters like Islam walk into the cage because it's fun? No. They walk in because they understand something weak people don't. If you always take the easy path, you will never meet the strongest version of yourself. Life will test you. It will strip you down. It will embarrass you, humiliate you, break you, expose you. And that's exactly where most people quit. They think hardship means stop. They think pain means wrong direction. They think fear means turn back. But the ones who rise, the ones who become legends, they understand a truth that sounds simple, but is terrifying to live out. The only way out of pain is through it. Life is hard, but you are not here for an easy life. You are here to become someone strong enough to carry the weight of a life that keeps trying to crush you.
If I lose?
And you lose. But at least you lose with no excuses. No fear. And I know you can live with that.
There's a moment every fighter reaches, no matter how strong they pretend to be. A moment when the mask cracks, when the confidence fades, when the truth refuses to stay buried. That moment is fear. Not the kind of fear you brag about, not the kind you joke about. I'm talking about the real fear, the one that hits your chest like a truck and makes you question everything you thought you were. That's why this scene from Rocky is legendary. A champion, a man the world worships, forced to admit he's scared, because that's the part nobody wants to confront. Even the strongest men bleed on the inside. People have this stupid fantasy that courage means being fearless, that warriors feel nothing, that champions never doubt themselves. That's a lie sold by people who have never been punched by life. The truth is simple. Fear is part of being human. Fear is part of growth. Fear is part of greatness. The difference between average people and winners is not the absence of fear. It's the refusal to obey it. Fear wants to shrink your life. Fear wants to keep you safe, small, comfortable, useless. Fear whispers, don't try, don't risk, don't move. And most people listen. They swallow their dreams. They drown their potential. They sabotage their own future because fear told them a story about what might go wrong. Fear becomes their master, and they kneel without even noticing. But not warriors, not people who decide that their life is worth more than their fear. Warriors feel the same fear everyone else feels, but they walk toward it instead of away from it. They step into the ring knowing they can lose. They chase dreams knowing they can fail. They take risks knowing the world might laugh at them, because they understand one thing weak people never grasp. Living scared is worse than losing. Rocky wasn't afraid because he was weak. He was afraid because he cared. He was afraid because he had something to lose. He was afraid because he was facing the part of himself that isn't immortal, invincible, or superhuman. And that's what makes this clip so human. A champion looking fear in the eye and saying, "This is real." That's what courage is. Not pretending you're fearless, but refusing to let fear make choices for you. Life will corner you. Life will hit you when your hands are down. Life will push you into situations where fear becomes loud and logic gets quiet. That's normal. That's expected. That's life. But the moment you let fear decide who you become, you lose everything. Fear doesn't mean stop. Fear means pay attention. Fear means dig deeper. Fear means sharpen your mind. Fear means the next step matters. Fear is a signal, not a wall. Life is hard. Fear will always be part of it. But if you can teach yourself to move with fear instead of against it, you become dangerous. You become unpredictable. You become someone life can hit, but never control.
Because I think that people die sometimes when they don't want to live no more.
Nature's smarter than people think.
And nature is smarter than people think. Little by little, we lose our friends, we lose everything. We keep losing and losing till we say, you know, oh, what the hell am I living around here for? I got no reason to go on.
Life doesn't warn you before it hurts you. Life doesn't apologize before it takes something from you. Life doesn't stop punching just because you're begging for a break. That's why Mickey's words hit harder than any training montage. He doesn't tell Rocky what he wants to hear. He tells him what every man eventually learns the hard way. Life will crush you if you don't toughen your mind before you toughen your fists. Life isn't fair. Life isn't kind. Life doesn't care if you're tired, broken, or overwhelmed. Life will keep swinging, and if you don't learn to take the hits, you'll spend your entire existence on the floor. Most people quit long before life even gets serious. They quit when it's uncomfortable. They quit when it's uncertain. They quit when the results don't come fast enough. They quit when the pain gets real. And then they wonder why they never grow. They think struggle means something is wrong. They think hardship means they should stop. They think difficulty means they're not capable. That's because they've been lied to their whole lives, told that if something is meant for them, it should be easy. That is the mindset of the weak. That is the mentality of people who get destroyed by reality. Life is hard, brutally hard, and it's supposed to be. Because pressure is what turns soft men into warriors. Pain is what turns doubt into discipline. Struggle is what turns insecurity into confidence. Every great person you admire crawled through seasons of darkness you couldn't imagine. They weren't chosen. They were forged. Forged through mistakes, forged through heartbreak, forged through loss, disappointment, sweat, failure, and suffering. People praise their success, but ignore the years of life spent beating the softness out of them. There will be days when you wake up exhausted from the battles no one sees, days where your mind feels heavy and your heart feels empty, days where nothing makes sense and quitting feels like relief. Those are the days that define you, not the good days, not the easy days, not the days when everything goes right. The days when everything collapses, that's where your character is forged. Anyone can be confident when life is feeding them victories, but only a few can stay standing when life tries to take everything from them. Courage isn't just about facing fear, it's about enduring hell without losing yourself. It's about getting hit again, and still choosing to rise. Endurance is the real test of courage. Anybody can start. Anybody can talk about their dreams. Anybody can claim they want greatness. But only the ones who endure the pain earn the right to keep going. Life will break you before it ever builds you. That is not a punishment. It's preparation. Because the world you want to enter, the world of strength, success, respect, and identity, will destroy anyone who isn't built for it. Hardship is the entry fee. Pain is the proof you're still in the fight. Endurance is the bridge between who you are and who you could become. Life will never stop testing you. It will never stop throwing challenges at you, never stop pushing you to the edge, never stop reminding you that nothing worth having comes without a fight. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. Life being hard is not the problem. The problem is that most people aren't prepared for it. They expect ease, they expect comfort, they expect things to fall into place just because they want them. But life doesn't reward desire. Life rewards discipline. Life rewards resilience. Life rewards the ones who keep going long after everyone else has given up. If life is going to be hard, then you must decide to be harder. If life is going to push you, you must push back. If life is going to break you, you must rebuild stronger. That's the difference between people who live with regret and people who live with purpose. Regret comes from running away. Purpose comes from standing your ground. There will always be pain. There will always be failure. There will always be fear. But every time you rise after falling, every time you try again after losing, every time you show up when you don't feel ready, you are proving something to yourself. You are not done. You are not finished. You are not out of the fight. Life is hard, and that is exactly why it produces warriors. Not because life feels bad, but because hardship transforms you. Hardship sharpens you. Hardship forces you to become someone capable of carrying a destiny bigger than your excuses. So stop wishing for an easy life. Stop waiting for favorable conditions. Stop hoping the pain will disappear. It won't. Instead, build yourself into the kind of person who can walk through hell and come out standing.